Welcome back to my channel where MLM reps come to overshare and I come to fact check with a little side of sarcasm. Today's feature presentation is somebody named Lindsey. Shout out to the person that sent this to me. I appreciate you so much. And if you have something that you want me to see, you can send it through my website, erinbees.com. It is linked in the video description below. Lindsey once proudly pushed Rodan Fields and is now trying to sell you overpriced peptides with Make Wellness using a motivational monologue that sounds like it was written by ChatGPT with a weird Pinterest addiction, in my opinion. Now, last summer, she was all about Rodan Fields, and she posted about them going to an affiliate model, the whole tears and boogers, and we know how this all plays out. But here she is now trying to be poetic in her delivery, in my opinion, of pitching people to be their own boss again. It's giving recycled Delusion with a new logo and a different product. So buckle up. We're about to watch her try to rebrand manipulation as empowerment and attempting to gaslight people into buying peptide kits and pretend Make Wellness isn't just another MLM wearing a cute, it's not a compliment, Make Wellness, calm down, neutral toned influencer costume. Let's get into it, shall we?
Hello there. My name is Lindsey Isham, and I wanted to just have an honest chat with you today about direct sales and specifically about what I know there could be a lot of you thinking out there, because I was that same person who used to think, you know what? I am too good for one of those things. Direct sales felt very weird. I honestly didn't really completely understand it.
I'm sorry, I'm pausing this already. I'm gonna have a lot to say about this. I have already watched this. I am fully prepared. Did you think this way when you were in Rodan Fields? Thinking, oh, I'm not going to fall for one of these things, or however she just worded that, because you're trying to use this as a tactic to try and recruit people into Make Wellness, but you were in Rodan Fields for like 10 years or something like that. I just find that really odd.
And in my initial instinct, it was like, no, absolutely not. However, what I will tell you is I'm so grateful that I took the time to get to know what it actually was versus what it is definitely not. First of all, let me go over a few things right off the bat that this is not, okay? I know that you have heard the term pyramid scheme, all right? Please hear me say that is absolutely not the truth, all right? First and foremost, pyramid schemes are illegal.
That's your answer to this? Wow. Revolutionary. Someone called the FTC. Lindsey here has cracked the case. Of course, pyramid schemes are illegal, and yet MLMs like Make Wellness still operate legally because they dance right on the edge, in my opinion. The law doesn't care about how many motivational analogies you use. It cares about compensation based primarily on recruitment, which, let's be real, is exactly what this is. Also, the phrase that she's going to say here in a second, the phrase 80% of our revenue comes from customers has been copied and pasted from every MLM script since 2016. Where's the actual third-party audited data? Oh, wait.
And I would not still be here 10 years later in direct sales if I was doing something illegal and or if my company was. So, number one, know that that is simply not true. Now, back in the day, there used to be these Ponzi schemes, all right? There used to be these illegal things that actually did happen where they would say, you know what? We are going to bring in as many affiliates as we possibly can, and the affiliates are the only one that actually can buy our product.
What do you think Make Wellness was doing in their pre-launch? Exactly this. This is wild.
And therefore, all you can do is recruit, 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 recruit. All right? Those things did get shut down. Those things are illegal. However, that's not what this is here, okay? What I can tell you is that Make Wellness has 80% customer base, meaning of all of the revenue that's coming in and all of the products that are being purchased, 80% of those is happening by real customers. And in fact,
if you have to differentiate fake customers from real customers, that says a whole lot. Why am I bringing this up? Because we know that there are ghost accounts that happen in multi-level marketing company. If this is the first time that you've heard that term, it's basically a fake customer account that is still funded by the distributor. You'll hear, oh, sign up your spouse. You'll hear, oh, just create an account with your kids' names or your animals' names or, whatever. I refer to those as ghost accounts. And that's a taught, I don't want to say strategy, but I don't know how else to word that. It's still being funded by the distributor. Do you guys think, let me ask y'all a question. Do you think Make Wellness will put out an income disclosure statement for their first year? I think they launched in October of last year. So do you think that they'll put one out? Justin Prince, I dare you. I dare you. For science, put one out. I'll cover it.
We want real customers. We want people who just love the product. We want people who want to feel better about their health and who are excited about natural peptides. Now, on the other side, what I can tell you is that, of course, we do like to offer the opportunity of being able to be one of the first to share this incredible product and this platform of natural peptides with your own network and your own people to help them with their health. But on top of all of that, you guys, it is an amazing economic opportunity. So I'm going to go into that in just a minute, but I also want to tell you that direct sales is absolutely not spamming your friends, okay? Now, will and have there been people in the past who may have done this wrong? Absolutely. All right. Is there probably a story that you have in the back of your mind where my Aunt Susie used to buy thousands of dollars worth of Tupperware and she still got it stuck in her closet?
This is such an interesting tactic that we hear all the time. She's trying to differentiate Make Wellness from other MLM companies. Oh, they do that. I guarantee you she did it in Rodan Fields, and I guarantee you at some point she probably did it in Make Wellness. Oh, they're watching my stories. Let me send them a message. Lindsey, be so for real right now. I just think it's really interesting how they all try to say, oh, well, we're different. We don't do that over here. And they all do it in some way, shape, or form.
Faucet. Probably, okay? But the good news here, y'all, is that we teach you how to honestly serve and help and educate other people. And you also do not stock any inventory whatsoever. Any product that you buy is for your personal consumption and or the people in your household, all right?
Right. And that can lead to front loading. I don't know how they miss this. Oh, anything you buy is for personal consumption. Oh, okay. But if they have a sale and you're ordering double or triple the amount, because it's on sale and you and your family are going to use it, guess what? That's front loading. Also, let's talk about this. We teach you how to honestly serve and help and educate other people. If you mean, when you say educate, do you mean people buying overpriced peptides with zero FDA approval or peer-reviewed science to support those claims? And by serve, are you meaning serving people by pushing supplement stacks as a solution to all of their health concerns instead of recommending they talk to, oh, I don't know, a licensed medical provider? Also, respectfully, if your Aunt Susie has $1,000 worth of Tupperware still in her garage, maybe don't use that as your bad apples don't spoil the bunch example. That's literally the problem.
Something else I want you to know is that this business is not just for extroverts, okay? I am an extrovert. I am married to an introvert. We have so many introverts on our team. And what I want you to know is if you genuinely love helping people and you are committed to doing the work, it doesn't matter what your background is, okay? It doesn't matter what your personality is. We can literally teach you anything. And honestly, I think introverts are a lot more respected and or enjoy that one-on-one conversation to be able to actually pin down and figure out how we can help someone. All right? The other thing I will tell you is this is not a hustle, hustle, hustle as fast as you can or just a lottery ticket, okay? So we teach you systems and we give you the support and everything that you need that we tell even the people here that are working full-time with Make Wellness, we're spending about 2 to 3 hours a day working this business, part-time hours, but getting paid a full-time income. Now, the majority of our affiliates actually work full-time. I'd say about 90% of them work full-time and do this on the side. And that means that they spend roughly 30 minutes a day to plug into their business and figure out ways that they can help other people.
Okay. All right, cool. So what I'm hearing you say is that your opportunity is so life-changing that 90% of people aren't doing it full-time. Okay, let's just be honest here. If you took only 30 minutes a day to build a six-figure business, everybody would be doing it. The truth here, that number only looks good on a slide deck. What you're selling is time freedom with a side of toxic positivity and just work harder vibes. And here's the little spoiler. That's not empowerment. That's called manipulation, Lindsey. Yikes.
All right. Now, on the other side, I want you to know that you get to do this on whatever pace you want, right? There are some people who have really, 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 really big goals, and of course, they're spending more time on it. And they are hustling and doing it as fast as they can. But I would tell you, in general, what I tell most people is, you know what? Imagine what could happen in the next 3 to 5 years. Okay. In the next 3 to 5 years, if you had all the time in the world and all the money in the world, what would your life look like? And what if truly every day for you looked like a Friday, right? Everybody loves a Friday. Everybody works all the way through the week to get to the Friday to just enjoy the weekend. And yet, the truth is, here in Make Wellness and in direct sales, this is literally a vehicle that you can jump into. You get to be your own boss, but we have everything that you need. You get to decide how you want to work and when you want to work, and you work it around your life, your family, your values. And on top of that, y'all, it is a low risk, low startup cost investment into your future. So if you're thinking about setting money, for example, in a money market account that makes 0.01%.
Imagine comparing investing to a multi-level marketing company where over 99% of people lose money or don't make any at all, according to the FTC. At least with putting money in a market account, like she just referred, you're actually making something, which you can't say the same about multi-level marketing. That's wild. Lindsey, that's wild.
Month after month after month, it's going to take you a while to get to your financial goals versus if you invested in yourself and you said, you know what, I'm going to invest $500 up front. You don't have to, but that's just an example of buying one of our packets with all of the peptides. And I'm doing that to invest so that I can make $500 every single month after month after month after month after month for the next.
Right. So everybody in Make Wellness is making $500 after spending $500. I don't think that's how that works. And I'd love to be able to have an income disclosure statement to show that what she's saying here is incorrect. But this is one of my favorites of her video. And Lindsey, that's not a compliment. Relax. And also, anybody that's in Make Wellness that happens to see this video, if you are upset that I'm rolling my eyes and I'm sarcastic, you are missing the point. Let's not worry about how it's delivered. Let's worry about what I'm saying here, the facts that I'm bringing. Anyways, what she's doing here is financial gaslighting. Just $500 up front, you guys. Sounds cute, right? Until you remember that Make Wellness reps were previously told to spend nearly $900 on a certification just to qualify for bonuses. This isn't a money tree. It's a sunk cost hamster wheel. And the nurse practitioner that she's going to mention here in a second who retired herself. Why do I put my rubber bands? They're not rubber bands. They're like, whatever. Why do I put them on my fingers? I don't know. I just like it. It's like a ring. Let's ask how long she was working 2 jobs before she made it. Let's also ask how many other nurses on your team are burned out trying to copy that same exact thing. Let's hear about the nurse practitioner.
5 to 10 years. Okay. So this is one of those investments that, of course, it doesn't just end at 500. If you want to go on to make more and more and more, you totally can. I know some 20-year-olds who are making 6 figures a month. I know others who have retired.
Oh, you know some 20-year-olds that are making 6 figures a month? Okay, who? How many on your team? Are you making that kind of income? How many in the company are making that income? See, this is where it's really important to ask a lot of questions because they'll throw stuff like this out there and it sounds good to a lot of people, especially the current state of our economy and what's going on in the world. But if you were to ask these questions, well, Lindsey, who is making this? What 20-year-olds? What are they doing? Are they recruiting a lot? And you were to prompt her to get extremely specific, she'd be like, oh, it's, so-and-so, not even in her downline. She's probably not even making that amount of money. This is just wild to me.
Hired from their corporate job or their whatever it looks like. We just had a nurse practitioner retire herself because she was so over getting to have to work for someone else and build their dreams that she decided she wanted to build her own. And she's doing that with.
Hey, Lindsey, who do you work for? Who are you an independent contractor for? Make Wellness. You are helping to build Justin Prince's dreams by being a part of Make Wellness, by recruiting other people into it. You're not building your dreams. That's what they've programmed you to say. but you are working for somebody else. Otherwise, if you were an actual business owner, you wouldn't be an independent contractor for Make Wellness. You would be the person that started Make Wellness. You would be the person that designed the logo, that designed all of the graphics, that designed the product, came up with the labels and all of the marketing. You would be the one making those decisions, but you're not. You're just pushing a product. You're a product peddler, trying to recruit people to also be product peddlers, to also try and recruit other product peddlers for a product that is not backed up by evidence-based science.
This vehicle right now. So it's completely flexible. It is a model that's already intact for you. Okay. So literally you jump in, we tell you everything to do with, there's a system, there's a process. You don't have to all of a sudden, learn everything, know everything about a peptide, know everything about sales, or even know everything about social media. We literally teach you.
See, here's the thing. If you're going to tell people about their health and you're going to make these claims like I see them doing in the Make Wellness groups, because yes, I'm in them. If you're going to make those claims, you probably should know a thing or two about peptides. And if you're going to make the claims, that product should be tested and be proven to do what you guys claim that they do. That doesn't exist. That's not a thing. So this argument of, oh, you don't even need to know anything about peptides, but you're going to make these health claims and say that this one size fits all peptide capsule or whatever is going to cure somebody's ailments, because they do. I see it every day in their Facebook group. Oh my God. This is not a selling point. This is proving everything that the anti-MLM movement is saying. Oh, you don't need to be a peptide expert. If you're going to help somebody with their health, you should have credentials, and the product should be backed up by legit science.
It is a proven system, all right? That I can tell you right now, if you committed to show up for 6 months with consistency, with energy, with excitement to go help people, you will not fail here, okay? The people that fail in direct sales are people that stuck their pinky toe in. They might have talked to one or two people. They might have tried for like a couple weeks, and then they decided, you know what? I'm not willing to put forth the effort to do what it takes to actually be an entrepreneur, because so many people are fixated on this employee mindset. All right. An employee mindset says, you know what? I'm going to clock in. I'm going to go work for someone else.
Look, check this out. The anti-employee guilt trip from Lindsey. Classic MLM playbook. I've never heard this before. Employee mindset is just code for you didn't work hard enough. So your failure is your fault, not the broken system that has statistics and data to back up that it's actually broken. That very system that she's attempting to benefit from, it's not a personality flaw to want job stability or healthcare and a paycheck that doesn't depend on convincing your cousin to buy peptides. Lindsey, this is embarrassing. Are you okay?
They're going to tell me exactly what to do, and I will accept however many days off they give me, and I will accept whatever income they give me, versus a CEO or an entrepreneur mindset that says, you know what? I do not want any limits on the income that I can create.
Are you a CEO, Lindsey? Are you paid as the CEO of Make Wellness? No, you're not. Are you actually an entrepreneur, or are you cosplaying as an entrepreneur? Because here's the thing. You were a part of Rodan Fields, right? How come you posted, I think it was last July, a picture of you crying, the whole tears and boogers thing, when Rodan Fields decided they were going to go to an affiliate model? That doesn't seem very entrepreneurial of you. That seems like, oh, you're not your own boss.
I do not want anyone to tell me when I have to clock in and when I have to clock out. I am willing to put in a work over the next 2 to 3 years to create a lifestyle that allows me to do whatever I want to do, whatever my heart's desire is.
That can be taken away from you, just like Rodan Fields was taken away from you. God, Lindsey, you're standing so close to the point and you are missing it. This could be slapping you in the face and you would still be missing the point, because it kind of is. It kind of is. You were with Rodan Fields. They decided to go an affiliate route, got rid of everybody that had a team. And what did you do? You jumped right on over to Make Wellness, thinking it's going to be different. It's not.
And y'all, I'm telling this and speaking this from from very good experience. Okay. Again, I've been here for 10 years.
Also, I have very good experience too, Lindsay. I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning of this video, but I was in multi-level marketing for 13 and a half years. Prove It was the last company that I was a part of, and I was in the top 0.38%. So before you decide to come in the comments, Lindsay, or do any passive aggressive, things in your story, just know I'm bringing my experience too. The call is coming from inside the house. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to put that out there, Lindsay. Do with that information what you will.
My initial goal in direct sales was to have a couple extra $100 a month. That has turned into a full-time, very, very lucrative income for me and my family that I now can live the life that I want to, right? And I'm not tied to the desk. I'm not tied to specific hours. I literally love making an impact in other people's lives, okay?
Then go volunteer. Go serve your local community. Don't try to prey on them to join your what I believe to be a product-based scheme. That's not serving people. That's preying on them, not preying on them, preying on them for your own financial benefit. That's gross.
So, if you like analogies, I just wanted to give you this simple analogy to give you a kind of an idea of a typical business versus direct sales. All right. A typical business, let's imagine there's two different companies. Company A actually chooses to spend millions of dollars on billboards, social media ads. Maybe they pay influencers, they do TV commercials, they do magazines, they do whatever they can to hope that their message meets the right person at the right time. It is very expensive and it's not really personal, right? Or there is a second company, Company B, we will call them, and they decide to skip out on that ad budget. They're going to say, instead, I would like to pay real people who actually love our products and let them go share it with their people and share their honest experience. Guess what? When your best friend tells you, hey, guess what? I love this restaurant I went to. I love this car that I drive. I love this so-and-so that I take, whatever it is, right? And it's amazing. You should totally try it. That recommendation is going to mean so much more to you and or whoever's hearing it than a commercial does. And so truly what direct sales does is it takes out that middleman. All right. It takes out someone paying an advertising company and or an advertising department and or for all of the extra commercials and billboards and all the things. Trust me, my husband owns a regular business, okay? And his day-to-day, month-to-month overhead that he has to have to maintain that business and that revenue is astronomical.
Okay, listen, I'm laughing because I'm like, does she hear herself? We've heard this analogy before. Lindsay, Amazon isn't trying to convince you that collagen from a mystery MLM blend will heal your hormones. There's a difference between word of mouth advertising and incentivized recruitment layered with misinformation. Also, please stop pretending MLMs are cutting out the middleman. You are the middleman. You are the unpaid in many circumstances, based on statistics from the Federal Trade Commission. You are the unpaid sales force. And the reason that, listen, okay, two things. One, if these companies were cutting out the advertising budget, why do they have marketing teams? But also, two, you are the marketing team, because why would they need to spend the same amount of money a conventional business spends when they have you, the distributor in this company, the independent contractor that is blabbering all over social media with these health claims and advertising for them? They didn't cut out the marketing because many of these companies have marketing teams that create the graphics and things of that nature, unless they're using the distributors to create those graphics and then they share with the company. Prove it. And Brian Underwood, I'm talking to you. Okay, thanks. Have the day you deserve. The distributors are the marketers. They are the ones that are advertising for this company, and the majority of them are not making any money. I just wanted to make sure I really hammered that point in, because wow, Lindsay.
Is astronomical compared to my, I don't know, let's call it roughly $500 a month. Okay. That's it. I pay for my phone. I obviously work from home. I do have some different things that help me in business, keep myself organized and stuff like that. And I buy my product. But at the end of the day, that is it.
How much product are you buying a month? How many accounts do you have? that you're funding every month. Does your husband have an account? I don't know if she has kids are relevant to the conversation, but how many ghost accounts do you have? Because each of those accounts are probably ordering product, which goes back into the whole conversation about front loading.
So, would you rather pay Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon and is a gabillionaire, and buy things from him, or would you rather pay for it and buy it from your friend who is a mom and or a husband who is trying to do whatever they can to build an income for their family? All right? I always choose taking out the middleman. I always choose going and buying from local.
Hey, Lindsey, you are the middleman. I already covered that. It's fine. If this were really about supporting local businesses, I would legitimately be cheering, but Make Wellness is not local. It's a corporate entity that funnels money to the top 1% of reps and the owners. Your friend doesn't own a business. She's a commission-based contractor with no health benefits, no control over pricing, and no assets that she's able to sell, that they are able to sell. This is so wild, Lindsey. When people buy a product from you through Make Wellness, through your website link, where do you think that revenue is going? It's going to Make Wellness and you get a small commission. They're not supporting, this is a fallacy that she's using here. She's trying to make it seem like supporting a mom that is a part of Make Wellness that has been preyed on. And I will say that with my entire chest, and my chest is probably bigger than yours, Lindsey. I'm just saying. She's trying to paint it like that is somebody that owns a small business and you're helping support that mom and their families. But people like Lindsey that have recruited said mom are taking advantage of that mom. When there's a sale or something going on, make sure you stock up. Make sure you order it under the other accounts or whatever so that she can financially benefit. I think I have thoroughly debunked that point, in my opinion, but y'all let me know what you think about what she's saying in the comments.
Local people. I always choose supporting my friends and family no matter what, okay? And so
no matter what, okay. If your friends and family are doing something wrong, something morally wrong, something that, ethically is wrong, something that breaks the law, you shouldn't support them. This is a weird point. I always support my friends and family no matter what. Listen, if my friends and family are doing something that's unethical, I'm going to call it out. If my friends and family are doing something that breaks the law, I'm going to call it out. This is that whole women support women. First of all, accountability is not hate. Facts are not attacks. And if you're doing something unethical, and I do believe being a part of Make Wellness or any other multi-level marketing company is unethical. Meanwhile, trying to present it like it's a business opportunity, like people are the CEO when we know that that's not true, making it sound like all these people are going to make so much money when statistically we know that that's not true, thanks to the Federal Trade Commission that gets the reports from the MLM companies and income disclosure statements from said companies. This is unethical. I'm going to call it out. You're probably going to have some strong feelings, Lindsey. I do not care. What you're doing is wrong.
So I hope that analogy gives you a little bit better of an idea. Not only that, I also want to let you think through this, okay? Let's imagine a traditional business.
Thank you so much for allowing us to think through that. So kind of you.
All right? Let's just go with Chick-fil-A, for example, all right? Now, we know the people who created Chick-fil-A, and they founded it, and then they decided to franchise it off into various stores all across the nation, right? And so each store has a franchise owner. They're the CEO of that specific branch, all right? So imagine the CEO is at the top. He's going to hire a manager for the daytime and a manager for...
She's making a pyramid with her hands and her arms. I love it here.
For the nighttime. And those managers are also going to hire employees that work for them when they clock in. There's also going to be a shipment manager, an inventory manager, maybe a social media manager, maybe a marketing manager as well. But if I were to draw this out for you, guess what? The traditional business of Chick-fil-A actually is in the shape of a pyramid.
Please draw it out for us, Lindsey. Get a whiteboard and draw the S curve. Make sure you put the X at the bottom, right before momentum. We're right here. Please do it on a whiteboard. Draw it out for us. Make sure it's really pyramid-y shaped too. Please and thank you.
Okay, so I'm asking you, what job do you work right now? Think about the structure of your job and understand that Even though you may think, oh, well, it looks like a giant pyramid, I want you to know you can join this business right now and you can far surpass the people that are ahead of you. All right. There is no ceiling for you. There is no everybody's in this.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And there it is. The MLMs or people in MLMs, their favorite logical fallacy, the pyramid shaped chart. Yes, most companies have a hierarchy, but in traditional employment, you are paid for your time, you are paid for your skills, not your ability to recruit. In MLMs, you're mostly paid based on who you bring in under you, AKA who you recruit. That's the key difference. People in MLMs statistically are not getting paid for what they are doing unless they sell a product or recruit somebody into the business. When you are working a job, there's a wage that you negotiate with your employer that you are getting, whether it's hourly or salary. So these two are not the same things. Let's talk about how the money flows in multi-level marketing companies. The people at the bottom are the ones that are funding the lifestyle of the people above them, because in these compensation plans, these uplines are making money off of the purchases from their downlines. They're getting a percentage of it in most MLM companies. They're getting a percentage of the starter pack purchase from their downline's downline. They don't want to focus on how the money flows. They don't want to focus on the statistics and facts that we know about multi-level marketing. We're just supposed to trust them. I wouldn't trust Lindsey as far as I could throw her, and I'm sure I could probably throw her pretty far. So I'm strong. You know what I'm saying?
Structure only, you get to create whatever type of business you want. You get to go after whatever goals you have for yourself. And more importantly, it is not tied to politics. It is not tied to how long you've been in business. It is not tied to your experience, right? That's what it takes.
I'm sorry, not talking about politics, I feel like is privilege. And that's gross. I do want to double back though, really quickly, because I want to address where she was talking about you can promote yourself, past your upline or whatever. You can't promote yourself past your upline. That's not how these comp plans work. And anyone who has read them knows that. If this were really about unlimited potential, we wouldn't be seeing 99% of reps making peanuts or even losing money. We know that that's true because it is facts and statistics and data that come directly from the multi-level marketing companies themselves to the FTC. This isn't an opinion, although I do have strong opinions about multi-level marketing based off of my 13 and a half years that I spent in multi-level marketing companies. But we're not talking about opinions. We're talking about facts here. And just friendly reminder, Lindsey, facts are not a tax.
At a traditional business, to be able to go up the ladder, so to say, you literally can climb the direct sales ladder as fast as you possibly want. All right. Or you may say, you know what? I just need an 500 extra bucks. I just need an extra stream of income. I need something that's flexible for me. That is what the majority of people do here. However, I do want you to understand that this is a very viable, very lucrative, very, freedom. It gives you so much freedom and flexibility to be able to run this business. And I am just so thankful. I mean, I'm thankful that someone introduced it to me, and I am so thankful that I had ears to listen and actually let myself learn what direct sales really was versus just this really ridiculous stigma that I had in the back of my head. All right. So hopefully that helps.
I'm sorry. Did you have that really ridiculous stigma in the back of your head when you were a part of Rodan Fields for 10 years trying to recruit people into a product-based pyramid scheme, in my opinion? Or was this just after Rodan Fields closed and you thought, I'm not going to do one of those things? And then said friend that you just mentioned said, hey friend, check this out. We're going to get into peptides. Oh, don't worry. You don't need to know, everything about peptides. Just post that it can help with X, Y, and Z, and people will literally just fill up your inbox. Come on. Oh, I love when people try to say that they're anti-MLM and then they join an MLM. What?
And if you have any questions whatsoever, like we want to answer those for you. And more importantly, if you have someone that you think needs to watch this video, please come tag them over here. I am literally on a mission. I am on a mission to help as many families as I possibly can understand what this is. Okay. Understand this opportunity that is right in front of them.
Did she just say clan?
And in order to do that, you do have to be educated on the, the market that we are in right now. It is hopping. I mean, we are about to go into so many other categories, even already, like on the horizon. And these 6 products that we have currently are already hopping. Y'all, we are about to do $100 million in our first year of business. 100 million. Can you imagine trying to start up a business on your own? Trying to figure out a website, trying to figure out a product that you might sell, trying to figure out a location, trying to figure.
Hey, Lindsey, didn't you just say people could start their own business at the beginning of this? And now you're saying, can you imagine starting your own business and the cost that would take? So which is it? Because the contradictions in this video from you have been something. Yeah.
And trying to figure out all the things, and you doing $100 million in your very first year, like that would be, oh my gosh, right? We're doing it right here. That's what this community is doing. You get to decide, I want to plug into that. I want to be where the winners are. I want to be where the people know how to run a business. And I am willing to be coachable. I'm willing to be consistent. And I want to make an impact for my family. Not only that, I want to be able to help other families do the same thing. So,
why do they always clap? So they all do that. I don't know why. I probably did if I look back at my old videos. Anyways, this revenue bragging, I feel like this is another MLM favorite. So that $100 million figure means absolutely nothing unless you can show us how that pie is divided. Spoiler alert, it's not being sliced evenly. It's going to the same few people at the top. And no, you're not next. And statistically, Lindsey is probably not one of them. This whole be where the winners are. Listen, Lindsey, that's the problem. You're all told that you can be the 1%, but by definition, over 99% of you actually will not ever be. That's the facts. That's the data. It's not my opinion. Those are the facts, according to the Federal Trade Commission.
To hear your feedback, what was your biggest takeaway? What did you learn about direct sales that maybe you thought was true, but it's actually not? Knowledge is wealth.
What? What do you mean? What are your sources? See how I've mentioned sources several times? You know, the Federal Trade Commission, income disclosure statements, plus my own personal experience, 13 and a half years. What are your sources? We're just, trust me, bro. Trust me, sis. I don't understand. I love that she said, what did you think about direct sales that you learned today was wrong? I learned that your entire video that you did is wrong. That's what I learned. What did you guys learn? Let me know in the comments. Let's see what else she has. There's only a couple more seconds here.
Guys, you got to know what you're saying no to. And more importantly, you've got to know what's in front of you that you are able to say yes to. Because I'm going to shout it from the rooftops for as long as I live, because I am so incredibly grateful that I have the opportunity to know and to experience and to understand how impactful a direct sales business can be. So we invite you, if you want to be a part of it, we are happy to help you as well.
Okay, goodbye. So what did we learn today, everybody? If you repeat this isn't a pyramid scheme enough times, that it doesn't magically become true, even though I feel like Lindsey probably wants it to be true. Revenue does not equal success for reps. It just means that the top 0.1% are eating while the rest of them are stuck with expired products and motivational podcasts and Justin Prince's weird Instagram reels. Being your own boss should not require an upline approved Canva template and $500 worth of peptides. And to Lindsey, if you truly believe that you're helping people, maybe it's time to ask why the help that you're offering comes with a commission structure and a recruitment ladder. And to everybody watching, you don't need an MLM to be successful. You don't need vague hype. You don't need magic powders or a fake CEO title to change your life. You need facts, you need support, and a business model that doesn't rely on recruiting your friends and family to break even through pain points and taking advantage of them. If you loved today's video, feel free to drop me a like. And if you loved the snark today, hit me with a juice box in the comments if you've ever been sold a dream disguised as wellness, and subscribe for more commentary that cuts right through the crap. Because here, we don't build downlines, we burn the entire script down to the ground while exposing them for what they really are. And to Lindsey, have the day you deserve. Thanks for being here, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video.